growing up, man, I was always been a very independent thinker, you know, maybe a little bit rebellious, but it's just I like to learn things on my own. And so I've always been one to question everything, like why this, why that, or whatever. So, you know, basically, you know, I feel like I've been that way my whole life. So that's why I say I was born a rebel, you know, a little bit hard-headed, always having to do my own thing. And there came a point in time, man, like once I, you know, got a little bit older, it was like, you know, and got out on my own. I ran as far as I could, you know, left home about 18, man, and kind of went straight out the chain with it. You know, while I was at church, I really was just there because I had to be there. But, you know, the peace that I was searching for and the change that I was searching for wasn't in another city. It wasn't in another location or in the arms of another woman, or, you know, in that next pack and that next fistful of dollars. You know what I'm saying? That the peace that I was looking for and the change that I was looking for, I didn't find till I came to Christ. You know what I'm saying? And, I began to grow and just, you know, I was like, Lord, you know, it's crazy out here. You know, I felt stuck, like I couldn't move, but I was like, Lord, you know, if you can reach me at my lowest point, if you can bring me back. And because I was so hard-headed, it's why I feel like God had to bring me down to the lowest of the low, where, you know, I had to call out for him. You know what I'm saying? And just being a hard head, sometimes you got to end up with at the hardest, lowest level of between a rock and a hard place before you realize, man, you know, I need help. But God had to humble me enough to ask for his help.
But HBD for me, it took me back in that mind frame of my past, you know what I mean, my past life, and kind of bringing it to a transition phase and coming over, you know what I mean, to talking about how I'm born again. Because the first verse, it just starts out as a celebration, you know, for me, or the first bars that I spit, because it go, toast to my new life, so put your drinks in the air, and I ain't on that brown, now I'm drinking clear, and now I'm thinking clear. Hold up, let me make this clear. If it had not been for the Lord on my side and his grace, and I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be fair, and I shouldn't even care. Think about my past, man, I shouldn't be here. Think about his faith and his grace and how he took my place on my face and I wiped my tear. Yeah. That verse to me really just, again, it took me in the mind frame of that street life, that lifestyle that I lived. It's not something that I'm really proud of. To be honest with you, I'm really ashamed of it. Truth be told, I didn't deserve to have a birthday based upon that, you know? So when I hear the song HBD, or when I turn it on and when I hear those lyrics, or when you hear those lyrics, understand that I didn't even deserve, I agreed with me not deserving to be here. Now that's sad. It's one thing for somebody else to try to pluck you out, but it's another thing to not fault the person trying to pluck you out because you know you don't deserve to be here. So that's the mind frame in which I came from it. I really look at this life that I have now, being born again or being, you know, renewed in God, as a life on credit. Even when I was back in the day and I got shot, you know, most people know my testimony. I got shot, I got a bullet that's lodged in my head now. And I thought that for a moment I cheated death. You know what I mean? I thought I got away with it. I bypassed it. I was that tough, you know. But God had to really show me that, listen, remember that night when you got hit and you begin to cry out in the middle of the night calling upon my name? It is only because of my name that you're saved. And that's when he began to show me that you're living on credit. So I take the song very serious. Even in the song, you hear some of the bars where it talks about, you know, I was on the block with the rock and the Glock in my sock. You know what I mean? Because that's real talk. That's exactly what it was. Even if you can't relate to that lifestyle that I may have went through, you know, there's something about your own life that I know that you went through that, you know, you should be excited that God woke you up this morning in spite of what you did last night or the week or year before. It's a new day, and he says grace and mercy shall follow you. In other words, I wake you up to new grace and mercy every day. So today is your birthday. I don't know what you're going through, I don't know what you've been through, but today is your birthday. Amen. HBD, I'm happy that you woke up this morning. Let go.